My name is Clara. I am 34 years old. I clean houses, and I am a mother. I have 3 children. I live alone with them. Every day I wake up at 5 in the morning. I make food. I help my kids get ready. Then I go to work. I clean bathrooms. I wash floors. I clean kitchens. My hands hurt. My back hurts. But I keep working. I do this job 6 or 7 days every week. My husband left us 5 years ago. My little girl Mia was still a baby. He said, "It's too hard," and then he left. We never saw him again. So now it's just me. My kids are good. Noah is 12. He is smart but serious. Emily is 9. She likes stories and dreams. Mia is 5. She laughs a lot, but she does not remember her dad. We don't have much. Sometimes we don't have enough food. But I try. I try so hard. At work, I clean big houses. Some have 3 bathrooms. Some have swimming pools. The women who live there wear nice clothes. They tell me, "Don't break anything." I say, "Yes, ma'am." But inside, I feel very tired. Not just my body, my heart feels tired too. Then one cold, rainy night, something bad happened. It was Wednesday. I was cleaning a big house. It was almost 7 p.m. My phone rang. It was my neighbor, Maria. She said, "Clara, something happened. Mia fell. She hit her head. There is blood." I called 911. They are taking her to the hospital. I felt frozen. I could not think. I dropped my mop and ran outside into the rain. I found a taxi and went to the hospital fast. At the hospital, they said, "Wait." I sat on a cold chair, wet and scared. After a long time, a doctor came. He said, "Mia has a head injury. She is okay for now, but she must stay here for a few days. We want to watch her." I said, "Thank you." But then he asked, "Do you have insurance?" I didn't. I work for cash, no insurance, no help. They gave me a bill. It was a lot of money. I didn't know what to do. I went to Mia's bed. She was sleeping. Her head had bandages. She looked so small. I held her hand and cried quietly. I felt like everything was breaking. I had no money, no family, no help. I thought, I will lose everything. But then something strange happened. 2 days later, the nurse came to me. She said, "Clara, your bill is paid." I said, "What? Who?" She gave me a paper. It said $0, paid in full. There was also a small note. "You are not alone. You are not invisible. Keep going." I started to cry again. This time because I felt hope. I didn't know who helped me. But then something else happened. A man who works in the ambulance had posted a photo online. It was me and Mia. You could not see our faces. But he wrote, "Tonight I saw a mother who works so hard. Her little girl got hurt. She was strong. I don't know her name, but I won't forget her." Many people saw it. They shared it. It went viral. People wanted to help. Some asked, "Who is this mom?" Then a man came to the hospital. He was tall, maybe 50 years old. He wore a nice coat. He looked kind. He said, "Are you Clara?" I said, "Yes." "My name is Daniel," he said. "I read your story. I want to help." I was scared. I didn't know him. I thought maybe it was a trick, but he gave me a card. It said, "Real estate, helping families." He said, "I have a house. It is not perfect, but it's safe. You can live there, no rent. a place to start again. I looked at him. I looked at Mia. I could not speak. Why would someone help me? I didn't say yes right away. I was scared. Who gives a house to a stranger? Daniel smiled. It's not a trick, Clara. I grew up poor too. Someone helped my mother once. Now I help other families. I looked at Mia. She was awake now. Her big eyes were quiet, tired. Where is the house? I asked. In a small neighborhood, he said. It's old, but it's warm. You can see it first. No pressure. I nodded. Okay, I will look. 2 days later, Daniel picked us up in his car. It was clean and smelled nice. The kids sat in the back. They were quiet. They didn't know what was happening. We arrived at the house. It was small, just one floor. Paint was coming off the walls. The door made a noise when it opened, but inside it was clean, simple, and warm. There were 3 rooms, a small kitchen, a tiny yard. It's not much, Daniel said, but it's safe, and it's yours if you want it. We have a small program. You can stay here rent-free for now. Later, we can talk about the future. I felt tears in my eyes. Safe. That word hit me hard. For so long, I felt fear. Fear of losing work. Fear of losing our home. Fear of getting sick. Now someone was offering safety. I said, yes, thank you. I don't know why you are doing this, but thank you, he smiled. Just promise me something. When you are strong again, help someone else. That's all. I nodded. My voice was shaking. I promise. We moved in that weekend. I told my kids, this is our home now. Noah asked, for how long? I said, as long as we need. They smiled. Emily ran into the small bedroom. Mia opened the kitchen drawer and said, there are spoons. For them, it was magic. We had space. We had beds. I could cook. I could sleep without fear. I still worked. I still cleaned houses. But now I didn't have to worry about rent. I could say no to bad jobs. I could take one day off each week. One Sunday, I made pancakes. The kids laughed. I cried quietly while washing dishes. Then came the second surprise. A few weeks later, Daniel called me. There's something I want to show you, he said. Come to this address tomorrow. I went. It was a small office. On the door, it said, Heart's First Community Center. Inside, I saw people talking, eating, smiling. There was a playroom, a computer room, and a woman teaching English. Daniel said, we help working families. You can bring your kids here after school. You can also study here. I said, study? Yes, he said. English, computers, even cleaning certification, so you can get better jobs. I felt like my chest was opening. Nobody ever offered me this. Nobody ever said, you can learn, you can grow. I signed up that day. Every Tuesday night, I went to class. I learned new words, how to write emails, how to read forms. Noah helped me with homework. He said, now we both go to school. Daniel came sometimes to check on us. He brought books, toys, even a winter coat for Mia. I didn't understand why he cared, but I started to believe it was real. Maybe there really are good people in this world. Then one evening, something strange happened. It was snowing. I was walking home from the bus with the kids. A woman stopped me. Are you Clara? She asked. Yes, I said. She smiled. You don't remember me, but I remember you. I looked closer. Her face, familiar. I worked in the hospital, she said. That night when Mia came in. Oh, I said. Thank you for helping us. She shook her head. No, thank you. You reminded me why I became a nurse. Your love, it was so strong. I told my sister about you. She told her friend. That's how your story spread. My heart jumped. So that's how it happened. A chain, one person to another. Kindness passed on. I walked home with snow in my hair and warmth in my chest. That night, I wrote something in my old notebook. One person can change a life, but many people together, they can change the world. But the story wasn't over. One day I got a letter, a real letter, in an envelope. It was from a lawyer's office. Inside it said, Daniel Anderson and the Hearts First Foundation have transferred full ownership of the house to you. Congratulations. I dropped the paper. My hands were shaking. The house was mine. Not rented, not borrowed, mine. The house was mine. I read the letter 10 times. I sat on the kitchen floor and cried. Big, quiet tears. I thought of all the nights I stayed awake, afraid. All the jobs I took for little money. All the meals I skipped so my kids could eat. And now we had a home, forever. The next day, I told the kids. Noah didn't say anything. He just smiled and hugged me. Emily jumped up and down. This is really ours. Yes, I said. No one can take it away. Mia looked up and said, Can we paint the walls? I laughed. Yes, any color you want. We painted her room pink. Emily chose blue. Noah didn't care, but I saw him fix the door, make a shelf from old wood, and put his books in order. They were changing, growing, feeling safe, and so was I. I started working fewer hours but better jobs. I finished my cleaning certificate. Then I helped other women, single moms like me, find work too. I gave them the names of kind clients. I taught them how to speak with confidence. I told them, you are not just cleaners. You are fighters. You are strong. One day Daniel came by for tea. He looked around and said, You made this house feel full. I said, You gave us the space. We brought the love. He smiled. You know, Clara, I've helped many people, but you give back more than anyone. I looked at him. Why did you really help me? He paused. Because I saw my own mother in you. Then he told me his story. His mom worked 3 jobs. His dad drank. He grew up with fear, just like my kids. One day, a stranger helped her, gave her a loan, a job, a path. She built a life from that, and Daniel never forgot. I promised her I would do the same for someone else, he said. And then I saw your story. I didn't know what to say, so I just said, Thank you. Weeks passed, seasons changed, the snow melted, the sun came, flowers grew in the little yard. I planted tomatoes, the kids rode bikes, we made friends. I spoke at the community center. I told my story. Other women cried. One hugged me and said, You gave me hope. That night, I looked at my kids sleeping. I walked through our home. I touched the walls. And I remembered that cold night, that fall, that call. Everything broke that evening. But something beautiful grew after. Not just help, not just luck, but kindness, strangers who became friends, a man who saw something in me, a promise that gave me back my life. Today, we still live in that little house. The paint is old again. The door still makes noise, but to us it is a castle. And I tell my kids every night, we had nothing. Then everything changed, not because we asked, but because someone saw us. Now I see others too, because that's how the world changes, one act of love at a time. It all began with one stranger who believed in her. And you, would you believe in someone if you had the power to change a life? Let me know in the comments. I'd really love to hear your thoughts. And don't forget to like the video and subscribe for more.